Hey everyone, let's work through this example real fast. So, child blows some bubbles using a bubble wand as shown below. I'm hoping you've had experience with that. Oh, look at those beautiful bubbles. All right, so one such bubble, so we'll go ahead and say like, I don't know, this guy over here. Okay. That bubble right there has a volume of 0.3 liters and a pressure of 1.1 atmospheres. And let's say that the temperature right now is 27 degrees Celsius. So if we cool down the bubble down to 17 degrees Celsius, what will happen to the bubble? Will it get bigger or will it get smaller? So let's imagine it. Inside that bubble, there's those gas particles. And we know those gas particles aren't sitting still. They're flying around and bouncing. And if it gets colder, those bubbles won't be moving as fast, which means they don't hit the walls quite as often. So if they're not hitting the walls quite as often, they're not pushing the outside of the bubble as hard. They're not pushing the outside of the bubble. They're not pushing this layer outwards very well. And remember, there's other air on the outside pushing in. So if they're not moving as fast, the air on the outside should squeeze that bubble to be smaller. So I'm expecting that the volume should get smaller. It's currently 0.30. I'm expecting something smaller than that. So let's go ahead and work out how big this would have to be. I know that my pressure starts off at 1.1 atmospheres, but they don't mention it changing. And because the pressure is not changing, I think that means I don't have to worry about it. I know that the volume is changing, but I'm not really sure what it's changing to. And then finally, the temperature is changing. It's going from 27 down to 17. And like we said, I'm pretty sure that should make the volume get smaller. So if the volume's going to get smaller, we're going to take our old volume, 0.30 liters, and we're going to multiply it by this 27 and 17 as a fraction. Now, have you caught the mistake yet? Yeah, we can't use 27 and 17, right? We have to turn these into Kelvin, which means we have to add 273 to each of these. So 27 plus 273 gives us 300. This is 10 degrees less, so this is 290. So we need to make it smaller. That'll be 290, 300 Kelvin. And what we end up getting is an answer of 0.29 liters. Just run that through my calculator to make sure. I'm just canceling out the 0.3 and the 30. Those cancel out, so I should be left with the 0.29 up there on top, but we'll just run that through real fast on the calculator. Great calculator. There you go. So 0.3 times 290 divided by 300 equals 0.29. So yeah, I think that's my answer. It does match my answer below, because remember we thought it would get a little bit smaller. Now it doesn't get much smaller, but that's because this isn't a very big temperature change. 27 is kind of like a warm day or a hot day even, whereas 17's maybe a little bit on the cool side, but it's not that big of a difference between the two. All right, everyone. We're going to keep trying on this. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a nice day.